All right, so week 2 of the Brooklyn Fantasy Basketball Association,
Oh.
and things are already getting interesting.
Oh, yeah. Week 1 had some
You
surprises.
did remember Malcolm's Nether Chose Warriors?
Right.
They went up against Donald's Brooklyn No One Survives.
Yeah, and Donald's team really lived up to that name.
They did. Donald just dominated. I mean, racked up a massive 1149.2 points.
I know Malcolm's star player only ended up with, like, what? Scored points?
Oh, that's rough.
Not the best start.
Definitely not the start Malcolm was hoping for. But that's fantasy basketball for you.
Right. Anything can happen.
And speaking of unexpected things happening,
Mm.
we got to talk about this blockbuster trade. Travis, owner of the DC Hustlers,
Yeah.
traded away his 2025 first-round draft pick. And it wasn't just any pick. It was the #1 pick.
Wow.
I know, right?
Move.
Huge gamble.
Yeah, so he sent Jalen Green and Jalen Johnson to Randy.
BFBA Mob.
Yep.
In exchange for the 8th pick in the first round. And Joel Embiid.
Oh, it's a bold strategy,
Yeah,
Fuji.
it is. What do you make of this move? Is Travis going all in for a championship? Or is this a sign of desperation?
It could be both, right?
Oh,
I mean, Embiid is a beast
for sure.
when healthy.
Big when healthy.
Yeah, he could single-handedly carry Travis's team to the playoffs.
Yeah, but giving up that #1 pick,
It's huge.
that could come back to haunt him.
In a couple of years, for sure.
Yeah, and let's not forget Embiid's injury history.
Right. Lots of risks involved.
So what about Randy then? He gave up a top-tier center, but gained some valuable assets. Did he come out ahead?
It's hard to say right now. We got to see how Embiid performs and how those young players develop.
Yeah.
But this trade definitely changes things.
Oh, yeah, big time.
Embiid's a proven scorer and rebounder.
Yeah.
But those Jalens, they have the potential to be stars in a couple of years.
Yeah, definitely changes their fantasy value. That's why I love fantasy basketball.
Me too.
You never know what crazy moves are going to happen.
It keeps it interesting.
So speaking of interesting things, did you hear about the commissioner's new show?
Conversations with the commissioner.
That's the one.
Yeah, I saw that Delonte is giving us a behind-the-scenes look.
I think it's a fantastic idea. The first episode with Felton Kinshin
Yeah.
of the South Korea Soul Brothers is already up on YouTube.
Oh, cool.
And it's really insightful. He talks about his approach to the draft, his strategy,
Base.
even shares some funny anecdotes about his fellow owners.
It's good to get to know the personalities behind the teams.
Right.
Makes it more than just about scores and standings.
Exactly. And I heard Damian Palacios from the Evil Empire is going to be the next guest.
Oh, that should be good.
Oh, yeah. Damian's known for his, let's just say, unique approach to the game.
He's not afraid to make bold moves.
Or trash talk his opponents.
Definitely entertaining.
Both on and off the court.
It'll be fascinating to hear his perspective on that trade.
Oh, yeah.
He might have some strong opinions.
For sure. I can't wait to hear what he has to say. But speaking of the action on the court, let's take a look at how these week 2 matchups are shaping up.
Well, one matchup I'm watching closely is Cedric's NY mindset of fighters against Steven's legit two quit. Cedric is currently leading.
Okay.
Looks like his focus on high-scoring guards is paying off.
Yeah, he's got a couple of guys just lighting it up this week. Can Steven make any adjustments?
I mean, he's known for being pretty savvy.
Right.
I wouldn't count him out just yet.
But you know what really has me on the edge of my seat? Malcolm's Nether Chose Warriors
Oh, yeah.
and Damian's The Evil Empire. Damian's team absolutely crushed it week 1.
Yeah, like 1,273 points or something like that.
I know, right? Crazy. But they're actually trailing behind Malcolm right now.
It seems like Malcolm learned from that tough loss.
Yeah?
He picked up a couple of good players off waivers who
Yeah.
have been exceeding expectations.
Nice. It's still early,
Yeah,
but this could be an upset.
potentially.
I love it when an underdog comes out swinging like that.
It's what makes it fun.
And speaking of fun, how's Randy's BFBA Mob doing after that trade? They're going up against Holly's Brooklyn Stoop Kids,
Yeah.
the reigning champs.
Yeah, this is a big one.
Huge matchup.
Randy's team with Embiid? Could be a real powerhouse.
Oh, yeah, for sure. But Holly is a tough competitor. She's not going down without a fight.
It's a classic battle.
Experience versus raw talent.
Exactly.
Holly's great at finding those hidden gems.
Those waiver wire steals.
Right, and making those smart moves. But can her expertise beat a team with Embiid?
We'll have to wait and see.
And, of course, we have to check in on Travis. And the DC Hustlers,
After that bold trade.
everyone's watching to see if it pays off.
Right. They're facing Kyle's trader, Danny.
And he has some work to do.
He's trailing behind.
Yeah, losing those young players hurt his depth.
Yeah.
But if Embiid can stay healthy, but those monster numbers.
He's capable of it.
Oh, yeah.
You could still make the playoffs.
It's going to be a nail-biter.
Speaking of nail-biters, Felton's South Korea Soul Brothers are in a tight matchup against Jose's Shake and Bake at 2.0.
Ooh.
Felton's slightly ahead, but Jose is known for his clutch plays.
And last-minute comebacks.
I wouldn't be surprised if it went down to the wire.
Right. And we can't forget about the commissioner's own team, Sham Gods.
Right, going up against the undefeated Brooklyn No One Survives.
The Donald. He knows how to put together a winning team.
He does. His team is on fire right now.
But Delonte's no slouch.
No, he's the commissioner for a reason.
Exactly.
This one could go either way.
I'm loving the variety in these Week 2 matchups.
Me too. We've got close battles.
Potential upsets.
Dominant performances.
It shows you the skill and strategy of these owners.
And no 2 weeks are the same.
That's what keeps it exciting.
I agree. And with conversations with the commissioner, we're getting even more insight.
I think it's a brilliant move by Delonte.
It's great for fan engagement.
It really humanizes the league.
And makes it more than just about the scores.
Exactly. And I think it can be a valuable resource for fans.
Oh, yeah.
Hearing these owners talk about their strategies, their draft picks.
Their waiver wire pickups.
It's like a masterclass in fantasy basketball.
It's like a direct line to the best players out there.
I know.
You get to hear how they think.
Their insights.
It's invaluable.
And it's only going to get more interesting.
As the season goes on?
Imagine the conversations after the playoffs start.
The tension, the drama.
But for now, we'll just have to enjoy the ride.
And see how these Week 2 matchups end up.
2 weeks into the BFBA season. And we've already seen so much unexpected Week 1 upsets.
Yeah.
That crazy trade between Travis and Randy.
It's been a wild ride so far.
This league is full of surprises.
And it's only going to get more intense.
Oh, yeah, as we get closer to the playoff.
The competition is going to heat up.
And with that trade hanging over everything, I'm curious to see how it impacts Travis and Randy.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
You know there's going to be some bragging rights at stake.
Especially if their teams face each other in the playoffs.
Oh, man. Can you imagine?
That would be epic.
So much trash talk.
That trade has added a whole new level of rivalry.
To the entire league.
Yeah, and it's not just about them.
Right. It could affect everyone.
Other owners might make big moves, too.
Or they might play it safe and wait.
It's going to be interesting to see how it all plays out.
This season is shaping up to be one for the books.
I agree.
But with all this talk about trades and rivalries, there's one big question.
Did Travis make the right call?
That's it.
Giving up the #1 pick.
And those 2 young players.
For a shot at the title this year.
It's a gamble.
Huge gamble.
If Embiid stays healthy.
And plays like we know he can.
The DC Hustlers could be unstoppable.
But if he gets injured.
Or those young guys become superstars.
Travis might regret that decision.
It's all about risk versus reward.
And we won't know the answer till the end of the season.
Exactly. That's what makes it so exciting.
We're all part of this experiment.
This high-stakes fantasy basketball game.
And what about Randy?
Right. He could have a dynasty with those young players.
But did he give up too much? By trading away Embiid.
We'll have to wait and see. This is why we love fantasy basketball.
It's more than just watching games.
You build a team. You make strategic decisions.
You take risks.
And then you watch it all play out.
It's a game of skill and knowledge.
And a little bit of luck.
For sure.
And it keeps you engaged all season long.
From the draft to the playoffs.
Always something to think about.
To celebrate.
Or to cry about.
It is a roller coaster of emotions.
But that's part of the fun.
And with conversations with the commissioner.
We have even more to talk about.
It's like a backstage pass to the league.
I can't wait to hear what Damian Palacios has to say.
Me neither. Knowing Damian, he's going to have some strong opinions.
I won't hold back.
So to all you BFBA fans out there,
keep up with those standings.
pay attention to those waiver wire moves.
And enjoy this incredible season.
Because anything can happen.
Don't forget to check out Conversations with the Commissioner.
For even more insights.
You won't regret it. That's a wrap on our deep dive into Week 2. Until next time, happy fantasizing.